Some in Texas are still not satisfied that the birther debate is over.
Over the last 2.5 years, I have watched with bemusement. I've been puzzled at the degree to which this thing just kept on going.
In fact, some Texas lawmakers are trying to get a law passed that compels a presidential candidate to make his birth certificate public before his name can be placed on a Texas ballot. Texas Congressman Louis Gohmert is joining us live now to talk about this. What's the point of this, Congressman?
Well, actually, back in 2009, Bill Posey from Florida filed a bill as H.R. 1503 that simply said, beginning in 2012, anyone who was a candidate for president had to show that they were qualified, that they were natural-born citizen, and also that they had attained the age of 35 years. And, boy, the White House took advantage of that and started putting out words to reporters that anybody that signed on, including me, was trying to, quote, delegitimize, unquote, the president having thrown out of office. It was a complete lie. But we had reporters from Washington and others calling and wanted to know why we were wanting to delegitimize the president having thrown out. I said to one of them, have you read the bill? You really ought to read the bill. All it says is you got to make sure beginning in 2012 that you're qualified, you prove that up front. It's enabling legislation that actually makes sure that the qualifications in the Constitution are carried out. The White House used it to raise money, to marginalize anybody that, like me, that simply wanted to make sure we didn't have all the wild conspiracy theories for the future. So the White House is the one that's made the big deal out of it. He could have done this 3 or 4 years ago.
Doesn't seem like a difficult process to get a birth certificate, indeed. How is the idea being received, Congressman?
People were afraid to sign on to that bill, and they're slow to get on board now because they don't want the full weight of the White House and all the White House cronies out there saying that you're one of those crazies. Even Doonesbury mentioned that I was trying to delegitimize the president. So they got their memo from the White House as well. Gary Trudeau did.
But you gotta have a birth certificate to get a driver's license, for heaven's sake.
Well, to go to school, all kinds of things you got to have it. And so it just didn't make sense that the president was trying so hard to avoid doing what most everybody in America has had to do at one time or another.
Thanks so much for talking with us this morning, Texas Congressman Louis Gohmert.